Hi guys, it's raining today. A little impromptu Dahlia tour. We had a tropical storm last weekend, another one coming this weekend. So before they get totally demolished, figured I better share how the season was going. So I definitely had a few tubers rot once I planted them. I think 4 or 5 total, and I replaced a couple of them with plants started from a nursery, as well as a couple that I started from seed. I'll show you those when I get to them. For the most part, they're all growing really well. They were getting eaten by bugs, so I had to get some mesh bags to help protect the blooms, but I'll show you what we've got. So this one here, not gonna focus, but this is Cornell Bronze, and it's beautiful. I've already picked a ton of buds from it, or a ton of blooms from it. It's a sturdy plant, it grew well, happy with it, gonna grow next year. This little one down there, I think he just got overshadowed early on. That's Arabian Night, but if he has tubers, I'm going to give him a go next year. And this one, same story. I'm going to space them out more next year. I thought they're about 18 inches apart, but I think some of them need more than that. So this one is Floodlight, so he definitely got shaded out because that's typically, like, I think it's like 4 or 5 feet and giant blooms, dinner plate, so we're probably not going to get any blooms from him, but if the tuber is viable, I'll save it and give it a go next year. This one here is, let me see, Blyton softer Gleam, so there is a bud coming here. I think he's a little smaller than he usually is too. He's about, I don't know, 2.5 feet. His neighbor next door is Sylvia or Mern. I haven't had any blooms from it yet either, but there are some buds coming. It's a good 3-foot tall plant, nice and healthy. And at this point, it's the first week of September. We probably will get, maybe another 10 days before we have any risk of frost. When I looked at the long range forecast, it looked like we might have a cool night around the 18th of September or so, but if I protect them, I should get another few weeks anyway. In behind him we have a nice bushy plant, but it's smaller, shorter. Which one is this? Everything's overgrown, it's hard to see the tags now. Oh yes, that's Boom Boom Yellow. I haven't had any blooms from it yet either. This one next door is another Sylvia, or Mern, and there's some buds coming on it. No blooms so far. This one, I think, oh right, there's a little one, this one right here. She's kind of tall and skinny, but this is Wine-Eyed Jill, and this will be the first bloom that I get, so I'm excited to see her. This next one is a nice healthy plant. It was supposed to be, I had bought a pack of Cafe au lait mix blooms from Walmart. It's definitely not a Cafe au lait. I'll insert a picture because she has had some blooms and they're beautiful. And there's actually 2 or 3 here in the front row that are all the same, that were all in that same package. And they are like a white, I think it would be called like a water lily type, and they're beautiful. So I'm not disappointed at all. And then the one back here is also part of that mix, but it hasn't bloomed yet, so I'm not sure what color it is. And I think these are the last, yep, that's the Cafe au lait as well. Okay, down in there one that I got at the dollar store, I think, like judging from the picture, it looked like it might be duet, but it hasn't bloomed. It's little, I don't know if it's going to. So it may or may not be that. This one is a nice healthy looking plant, and it is Silver Years. I've had one bloom off of it so far. I think I took pictures. If I can find pictures of everything that's bloomed so far, I'll insert them as we go here. And next to it is Hilltop Lost Treasure. It also hasn't bloomed yet, but I'm hoping it will. And then the one next to that is JS Dorothy Rose. And there are a couple blooms coming on it, so I can't wait to see those. This one we have here in front is pretty. It's pink. I don't know if it would be, I don't know my forms yet, but I think it would be maybe considered like a semi-decorative or a informal decorative or water lily or something. I bought it at a nursery. It was supposed to be Rebecca's World. It's clearly not Rebecca's World, but it's cute, so if it grows well, I'll probably save it as well. Next to her, we have Mexico. She's an anemone type, so her floofles in the center there, I don't know what they're technically called, but they kind of get puffy looking. They're just starting to floof out. Definitely going to keep this one. I think she's gorgeous, and there's all kinds of little blooms. It's a short plant, like it's only, I would say 2 feet high, but nice and bushy, and I think it would be pretty actually in like the garden bed. Then this one is another one I got from the dollar store. It was just pink. I couldn't figure out what it was. Hasn't bloomed yet, so we'll see. And then these are just a couple of seed dahlias I tucked in here. That was a really bare spot after a couple died. Then this one in the back here is Thomas Edison. Nice healthy looking plant, hasn't bloomed yet. In the front here we have Ivanetti. And I'll put pictures. Like, I've had blooms from Ivanetti that weren't covered in organza, so but it's a nice pretty burgundy kind of dahlia, and it's been blooming pretty well. It was one of the first ones to bloom for me. Then we have another Thomas Edison, and it's just about to bloom, so I'm excited to see those because I haven't seen them yet. And right next door is Blue Boy. So he hasn't bloomed yet either, but he's also got some buds coming. So I'm excited to see those. Now, I think there's maybe one in the middle here that I'm missing. Just let me get in there and see if I can see what he is. Or maybe he's part of, what's your tag? Oh, it's another Blue Boy. So that's another Blue Boy. Then we have, this is HS Juliet. So there's one there, and there's one here too that's kind of getting overcrowded, but it's persisting nonetheless and has given me some blooms. I'll insert some pictures. And the rest of these are the ones that I got from Creekside that were part of the variety pack. So a lot of them have bloomed, some of them are still coming. I think by far these are the healthiest plants. I'm super happy with how they've grown. This one, I don't think I would have ever picked out from the pictures, but I love it. It's, I think it's Sunny Boy. They're nice size. They kind of go with everything. They can kind of, you can kind of get them matched with like a dusty rose as well as like reds and oranges and stuff. So it's been really pretty with Ivanetti and Cornell Bronze, which those were the three that I had bloom first. So they went well together. That worked out nice for me. So there's two of these plants for sure. This one back here has bloomed once, and I'm not entirely sure, but I think it might be Wine-Eyed Jill. Just when I look at the plants that they offer, I think that's what it might be. This one down here hasn't bloomed yet, so I'm not sure, but there's some buds coming. And, or maybe this was the one that I thought was Wine-Eyed Jill. One of these has bloomed, and I think it's One-Eyed Jill, and the other one has not. Maybe it's this one that hasn't. Or maybe they're both One-Eyed Jill, I don't know yet. This one hasn't bloomed yet, but it's looking nice and healthy. And this one, there's two of these as well. This one here and this one here that I think are the same. And I forget the name right off hand, but it's kind of, you can't really tell the colors yet. Maybe you can. On the inside it's kind of yellow down near the base of the petals. I'll insert a picture. And I think it is, I forget the name of it, but I'll put the name up here. So I think I have two of those. And this one has bloomed, and I think it might be Ivanetti or a similar ball burgundy, but it looks really similar to the Ivanetti I have, so I think that's what it is. So those are the dahlias, and I'm happy with how they've grown, and definitely going to be growing more next year. So I'll take you with me as in a month or so when it's time to dig them off ball. I'm a beginner, I've never done it, so we'll do this together.